These are magnets. This is a magnetic. Any questions? Good, because this gets a little complicated. A world of wonder, where fantastical music machines provide the soundtrack for a tantalizing stroll through history. Vintage automobiles and memorabilia stimulate the senses around every chromed curve and corner. This is Inside Stahls. If you happen to be pals with old Tommy Edison, chances are you had a good idea or two. The idea former Edison employee Justice Enns is most famous for happens to reside inside this 1916 Owen Magnetic. In the late 1800s, Enns began experimenting with an electromagnetic transmission that worked without a direct connection from the engine to the drive shaft. Brothers Ralph and Raymond Owen got wind of this and enticed Enns to bring his technology to their new car company. I suppose now is the time you want me to explain how that worked. Unlike those nerds Edison and Enns, these lights are on, but nobody's home. No, the lights are on, but nobody... Okay, I'll give it a shot. Instead of a flywheel, a generator and a horseshoe-shaped magnet were attached to the rear of the engine's crankshaft. At the front of the drive shaft was an electric motor. Electric current transmitted by the engine's generator and magnet provided the energy to turn the drive shaft and propel the engine's rear wheels. Speed for the car was controlled by this small lever next to the steering wheel. Inside the transmission was a 24-volt generator and an electric traction motor. The crankshaft from the gas engine was attached to the generator. That gave juice to the traction motor, which in turn powered the rear wheels. To accelerate, you pressed on the gas, and then moved this lever to select between 6 different speeds. As you go faster, the engine speed increases, which speeds up the generator and increases the power. Each shift of the lever increases the intensity of the motor's magnetic field and torque. The car was also equipped with electric brakes. There's a cockpit lever that turns the traction motor, the one that drives the rear wheels, into a generator. So to slow down, you move the lever, and the resistance provided by the motor slows the car and charges the batteries. But with the Owen Magnetic, you never really had to use the brakes unless you needed to come to a complete stop. Known as the car of 1,000 speeds, it didn't get its reputation for being overly complex and one of the most technically sophisticated cars of its time for nothing. But in a world of manual drive cars, the Owen Magnetic was one of the first fully automatic automobiles. And it was a precursor to today's hybrids. Yeah, they've been doing this stuff since the early 1900s. Was the Owen ahead of its time? Yes, but it also very much fit in with the times. The automobile was still in its infant stages, and it was kind of the Wild West when it came to manufacturing rules and regulations. So the environment was rich for experimentation, and the Magnetic was at the head of its field in that regard. We've covered the levers and magnetics, but what about the nuts and bolts? Underneath the hood was a 303 cubic inch 6-cylinder motor topped with a single carburetor. It featured semi-elliptical springs in the front and rear, and because it didn't have a gearbox, it was much quieter than most of the cars on the road. But due to its distinctive V-shaped radiator, you could definitely see it coming. With Baker Motors manufacturing the car and Rauch and Lang doing the coach work, about 250 cars were originally produced. Production started in New York, but moved to Cleveland and eventually Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, all in the span of 5 years. The constant moving, the manufacturing partners, and the Owens technology made for one expensive car. A top-of-the-line Magnetic sold for around $6,000. Today, that would set you back $175,000. While the Owen attracted a celebrity clientele, it wasn't a car for the masses. By the time Raymond Owen moved production to Pennsylvania, interest in the hybrid of its time was dwindling. An order to build 500 cars to be sold in London never materialized, And by 1920, the Owen Magnetic had completely lost its connection with the automotive market. It's not known how many Owen Magnetics exist to this day. Best estimates are a handful, but here at Stahls you can wrap your arms around a 110-year-old car that features technology that's likely sitting in your garage today.